Hi, I am Taner Akdemir. Let's continue to develop the upload image component. Um, First of all, let's change the color of the button because dark yellow is not a good color. So let's change it with red. And I wrote dark red. As you see the HTML color code on the screen, I choose it. Let's change it dark red. Okay, it seems so good. Also margin vertical, we will need maybe 7 or 10. No, 7 will be good. Also font weight will be bold. Let's do it. Okay, so good. Yes, so good. And as I explained before, we can give some properties from parent to child with props parameter, as you see on the screen, right? Like button text and on press, as you see. But we have to validate the props in the child, because if we use the wrong type of the props, we will get an error. How will we validate them? Okay, the new module is yarn add prop types. Okay, it installed it. Prop types. Let's import it. Prop types from prop types. Okay, let's get it, and prop types is equal to an object. Also button text, we need button text and it must be string, right? We say prop types dot string also is required. Okay, and on press as the function, it must be function type. We says function type is also is required as button text. Okay, we defined the prop types, button text and on press, and we set the developer, you have to add button text and on as a string and also on press as a function if you want to use that module. Okay, let's close that folders. Okay, that component. And why do we need to use? For example, button text must be string, right? If we don't define the prop types button text as a string and is required, the developer who used that component, if he missed to put button text, or if he put a wrong type except string type, then we will get an error. So we have to validate the prop types if it's true or not. Okay, let's do the same thing for the image picker, because image picker is parent of the button, but it's also the child of the app.js. So we have to validate the same thing. Let's copy it, paste it, and let's put image picker prop types. It is equal to which prop types we need. One of them is modal visible, is boolean, and the other one is set is modal visible as a function, right? Let's write prop types dot bool, but I will not write is required because I will explain as soon as possible. And prop types dot function is also is required. Why didn't I write is required? Because image picker that default props, okay, is false. I mean, if the developer forget to give the value to the is modal visible props, then it will accept that is modal visible is false. Okay, so we can define the default props with prop types. Okay, this is important for us. Now let's copy the buttons. As you see, on press I gave an empty function. This is not important now. We will write them soon. But let's paste, take photo, choose photo, or choose from library, or maybe gallery, right? Oops. Choose from gallery, and also maybe cancel all. Oops. Cancel all of them. Let's look at, yes, so good. Upload image, take photo, choose from gallery, and cancel. Okay, this is good. Maybe we can increase the margin vertical. Let's look at 10. Maybe this is better. Okay, let's go on to, and yes. So we need to add two modules from npm. One of them is React Native Permission. The other one is React Native Image Crop Picker. I installed them, and I will show you how did I do this. Okay, in npm.js, write React Native permissions, take yarn add React Native permissions, or npm install. It's not important. They are doing the same things. So install the React Native permissions. Then it's explaining what you will do after installing the module. It says open the pod file. Where is pod file? In iOS, as you see, pod file, right? Okay, and it says add the permissions you need from here. Just we need camera, as you see here, and a photo library add only. Just take them. Also permissions path is important. First of all, you have to get this. And as you see on the screen, you will add React Native permissions pod. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Permissions iOS. Also camera, photo library, and photo library add only. These are enough. Okay, add this. And it says, okay, if you get an error, no permission handler detected, it says that please open the Xcode, open the project with Xcode. On the Xcode menu, product clean build folder. If you get an error, okay, to explain this, don't worry. It says no permission handler detected error. Just open the project with Xcode on the menu product. Then choose clean build folder. And also it says info plist. Where is info plist? Let's open it. Under iOS folder, sandbox, I mean your project names folder, info plist, and I added here, as you see, camera, product name wants to use your camera. Photo library add usage description wants to reach your photo gallery or photo gallery. Okay, it explains here camera, as you see, and also photo library and photo library. The key is the permissions name. Also your text under the string, I mean, you will write what you want to show the user. For example, when we need to take the photo, he or she, I mean the user, click the take photo button, then it will write the product name, I mean sandbox wants to use your camera. Then he will or she will give the permission to use it. Permissions are so important because you cannot reach the photo gallery or the camera without permission, okay? You have to ask the user, get permission, then open the camera and or the photo library folder. Okay, this is for iOS. Also, there's some settings for Android. Where is them? That it says Android app source main Android manifest XML Android folder app source main, and as you see, Android examiner, it says add the permissions what you need. We need camera also for Android, and write external storage, also read external storage are enough for the permissions for that only. I mean for add camera and the gallery. And for the location or the other permissions, it's written here. For example, for the location, you need find location, course location, background location, or read calendar, read phone numbers, etc. These are not important for that project, so I didn't add them. But if you need, you have to add them also here, and also pod file and info list, as described on the documentation. Okay, these are so important. So this is for React Native permissions. After React Native permissions you can write React Native link. Also you have to write pod install. I want to show you something as shortcut. As you know that after installing the modules, we run the command pod install. If we says cd iOS pod install, then enter and cd dot again. If you don't want to do them, you can put as shortcut. I write the key pod. It's not important, it's up to you. Okay, you can write everything here. I write pod. It means if I write yarn pod or npm pod, it's not important, it's the same thing, it will run that command. Okay, like yarn iOS. For example, we write yarn iOS key, it found it and run that command. Okay, so I add cd iOS pod install cd dot dot. If I write yarn port, it run that command for us. I mean, after installing the React Native permissions, you have to install you have to run pod install command after installing the modules. Okay, React Native permissions, these are. Also, you have to add React Native image crop picker from the same place. Oops, picker npm.js, as you see. Okay, it's explaining and describing how you will install the image crop picker. Yarn. Okay, just we wrote yarn add or npm install React Native image crop picker. Then you will paste that command to terminal, then it will install. Okay, after installing the React Native image crop picker, you have to write yarn pod again. Okay, so we will need open picker, we will need open camera to get the photos. Okay, after installing that modules, please run the yarn iOS command again to see if any error has occurred or not. Okay, so don't forget this. After you install the modules, it's not for only React Native permissions or the others. After installing a new module, please rerun the project and check if any error or not. Okay, this is important. So building the app, it's written here, so it will get it. And okay, and successfully built the app, no problem here. Okay, it's opening the project, yes, no problem. So with that video, we finished the UX part. So we will start to using React Native permissions and React Native image cropper part. Let's finish the video here, then we will do them after the next section. See you later, next section.